this report of RIA Novosti about phone conversation between President of US Trump and the so-called President of Ukraine Zelensky. Conversation lasted about an hour, and we have some topics here that was discussed during this conversation, according to Caroline Levitt, press secretary of the White House. So seems like US President told Zelensky that United States are ready to help Ukraine manage its electric and nuclear power plants. US ownership of these plants would be the best protection for them and support for Ukraine's energy infrastructure, according to White House. US administration is also ordered to work on the technical issues of establishing and extending the ceasefire. National security experts are required to work out the details of further steps in Ukraine as soon as possible in regards to Ukrainian crisis. As soon as possible, United States will continue to to share intelligence information with the Kyiv regime, and unfortunately, US is also transferring weapons and munition for Kyiv regime, and that's why I'm saying that no one should take Trump as a mediator. No one should take US as a mediator, because United States were main protagonist in this proxy war against Russia, isn't it? US started it in 2014, and when Western world class provoked large-scale confrontation, US was leading the charge in this proxy war against Russia. We all know that, and now it is somewhat insulting to intelligence of the world community, right? When US president and people from his administration or the US propaganda outlets, by the way, are trying to present Trump, his people, and US as a sort of mediator, as if nothing had happened in previous years and US was not leading the charge against Russia. I mean, this is clearly insult to all of us, I think, such a behavior on part of US leadership and their US media, right? And maybe it is even necessary for Russian officials to state clearly, publicly, that no one should take US as a sort of mediator, because they are not. They are part of their conflict and always were, right? And we don't have to go any further than statements from White House itself to see confirmations of what I just said. The US continues to send their weapons and intelligence to Kyiv regime, right? This is a strike, large-scale strike on deep into Russian territory that formerly Kyiv regime conducted last night, earlier so this morning, with over 100 drones, was done with US assistance, right? And their civilians were targeted with US assistance. So no one should take Washington as a mediator, man. This is nonsense, right? And Washington is also focused, according to White House, on a long-term peace deal, but it is not refusing to sign a deal on mineral resources. So Trump and his administration continues to push this narrative of some mineral from Kyiv-controlled territory, but seems like they are also focused now on nuclear power plants. Maybe Trump wants these power plants to be gifted to, I don't know, some US company or something that he or his family may have some interests. God knows what is happening, by the way, but it seems like US is all about, or Trump's administration is all about to grab something, in this so-called Ukraine and elsewhere too. They are all about to grab something, to force people to give up on something or stuff like that. These nuclear power plants don't belong to Zelensky that are in Kyiv-controlled territory. Those power plants they were built by Soviet people and belongs to people that live in Ukraine. This is not Zelensky's private property, and he cannot transfer or gift nothing to Trump. But tell this to White House. Zelensky on his term asked for more weapons, more money, air defense systems, and that kind of stuff, usual stuff at this point. By the way, we all know what Zelensky is asking Western countries, isn't it? But this is quite shameful behavior on part of US when they are all about this stealing some stuff from other countries. Man, this is not the way superpowers should behave. By the way, Trump might have such an intention, but to say it openly, that's a whole new level of degeneration of the political class in US. I will say. I mean, you tell me, dear friends, what is your take on the situation? But I mean, this is not normal, right? Whenever Trump is speaking about or talking about Ukraine, he always said what he wants to grab and take. Come on, man, people are dying because of your country's involvement in this proxy war, right? And your involvement in this war. No one can say that Trump has nothing to do with this conflict. He does. It was Trump's first presidential term when Pentagon was providing Kyiv regime with all sorts of weapons and were preparing Kyiv regime's forces for this proxy war against Russia. And none of us here in Russia forget about it, right? And that's why I'm saying US is not a mediator. US is a side in this conflict, right? RIA Novosti, meanwhile, is reporting that it's not just statements of Trump, by the way. United States does not see a problem in their possible transfer of nuclear power plants in Ukraine under the control of Washington, said the head of the US Department of Energy, Chris Wright. And he stated this during his interview with Fox News. And then, quote here, we in the United States have a huge technical experience in managing these plants. If it is useful for the United States to manage nuclear power plants in Ukraine to achieve this goal, they are no problem, he said. So I mean, they want to steal nuclear power plant from the people that live there, by the way, in this former Soviet republic. And this is these power plants cost billions and billions, right? And they generate huge volumes of money, isn't it? Hello everyone. If you find this video interesting and useful, please click that like button, leave some commentary and share with your friends. If you like my work and want to support this project, you can do it through several means. All the links are on this video in the description box and in the pinned comment, including links to my Patreon and Boosty pages, where you can have access to full shows in case you are interested. Thank you.